Hello, it's Miss Edwards, and welcome to Problem Solving 1.2 for Simplifying Expressions. This one is called Bowling Night, so let's read it first, then go through our format. So, Bowling Night. A bowling alley charges $6 per game and $4 for shoe rental. 3 friends each play the same number of games and rent shoes. Together, they also spend $15 on snacks. If each friend bowls 2 games, how much does the group spend all together? Your job is to write and simplify an expression for the group's total cost, then use your expression to find how much they spend when each friend bowls 2 games. Now, if you haven't already, I want you to try this by yourself. So if you haven't done this, just pause the video and fill out as much as you can by yourself. Then I'm going to explain how to solve it. All right, so if you have it filled out, let's go ahead and start with the understand. It says, what do you know? So let's just fill this in. What's the cost per game? It says $6, so it is $6 per game. What's the shoe rental per person? It says $4, so we can fill in $4. How many friends are going? Oh, there's 3. And what is the snack cost? Well, it says they spend $15 on snacks. So all we have to do for this first part is just understand what information they're giving us, right? Now, what do we need to find? So are we finding an expression for the group's total cost? Yes. Are we simplifying that expression? Yes. And are we finding the total cost when each friend bowls 2 games? Yes. All right, so our first step of the problem solving process is just what do we know and what are we trying to find? Now let's actually plan the solving. Let x equal the number of games each friend bowls. We're going to write the cost for one friend. So we're looking for the cost here. If it's $6 per game and x is the number of games, the cost for games is going to be 6x. So we're just filling in 6 there. And then the shoes is going to be $4. You're only renting the shoes one time. So for one friend, it's going to be 6x plus 4. Okay? Do you understand where we got that? $6 per game, x number of games. So the games is 6x, and the shoes is just $4, for the night. So 6x plus 4. Now we're going to write the cost for 3 friends plus snacks. So if we have 3 friends, we're going to start with 3. Then we're going to use that cost for one friend, which is 6x plus 4. And we're going to add the snacks, which is $15. So we have 3 parentheses 6x plus 4 end parentheses plus 15. And what are we going to need to do to simplify this? Well, I see parentheses, so I'm going to have to distribute. And we also are going to end up with some like terms because we have some constants that we can combine. So we're going to be doing both of those. All right, now let's actually solve it. We're going to use our expression from plan. So I'm just going to copy this. So 3, 6x plus 4 plus 15. All right, now I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 6x. That gives me 18x. And then 3 times 4 gives me 12. And then I have this plus 15 here, so I'm going to just bring that down. So I have 18x plus 12 plus 15. So I've distributed. Now I'm going to combine like terms. So my like terms would be just my numbers alone. That's the 12 and the 15. So when I combine it, I bring down 18x and I get plus 27. So I'm combining the 12 plus the 15. So now I've done the expression for the group's total cost, and I've simplified that. Now I have to find the total cost when each friend bowls 2 games. So I have to substitute. Remember, x is the number of games each friend bowls. So I'm going to substitute 2 in for x. Okay? So I'm writing this thing, 18x plus 27, but I'm substituting the 2 in. And now I just have to multiply 18 times 2. That gives me 36. and then the 27. And I just have to add these together. Remember, you can use a calculator. I'm just going to also show to the side how I can just add simply without the calculator, but need it if, or use it if you need to. So 6 plus 7 is 13. Put the 3, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So it is 63. The group spends $63 altogether. Now my last part of problem solving is always the explain, and this time I've given you some or most of the sentence for you. So explain how you find the total cost. First, I wrote an expression for, and what did we do first? We wrote the expression for one friend. Or sorry, we actually wrote it for one friend and then 3 friends. So let's do that. First, I wrote an expression for the cost of 3 friends. 3 friends bowling plus snacks. Okay, that's what I found first. Then I simplify the expression by using distributive property and combining like terms. Finally, I substituted 2 for X because they bowled 2 games and found that the group spent $63 altogether. So just to read it one more time. First, I wrote an expression for the cost of 3 friends bowling plus snacks. So what we did, we found the cost for one friend and multiplied it by 3. Then we simplified it by distributing and combining like terms. And then we substituted 2 for X because they bowled 2 games and found that they spent $63 altogether. So just as a final little reminder here, when we do problem solving, we're going to first understand the problem, then we're going to plan what we're going to do, then we're going to solve it, and then we're always going to explain how we found our answer. All right, you are ready now for the quiz, so I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.